introduce to you the topics which we'll be talking about this afternoon. But before we actually get into the topic, here's some breaking news for you. Court finds Osinachi's husband guilty of culpable homicide. Do you remember the gospel singer who died as a result of domestic violence in 2022, Osinachi Nwachukwu? You may not know her name, you may not even recognize the face, when you see pictures, but you probably remember the song, Ekueme, Ekueme. Yes, the woman who sang that song with Prosper Ochimana unfortunately and tragically died in 2022. Her husband, that's the husband of the late gospel singer Osinachi Nwachukwu, her husband Peter Nwachukwu, has been found guilty by the court of culpable homicide. Justice Njideka Nwosu Iheme of the High Court of the FCT sitting in Wuse Zone 2 pronounced Peter Nwachukwu guilty during the judgment delivered in the case filed by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation. The federal government had brought a 23-count charge against him, covering offenses such as culpable homicide, punishable by death, spousal battery, child cruelty, and criminal intimidation of both spouse and children. Following the court's declaration of guilt, sentencing is expected to follow shortly. So, of course, more details will arise on this particular piece of news, and we'll give you all the details right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Some people will say it's a window for a man who batters his wife and intimidates his children to actually be caught up by the long hand of the law. It is very, very sad how domestic violence seems so normalized within our societies, where a man can beat his wife, or I need to be termed discipline. So he discipline his wife. Your wife is not a child who needs discipline, and even the best way to discipline children is not even by beating them or making them feel small or intimidating them. That's not what it's supposed to be. So let's see what follows, the kind of sentence that follows for him, because the court did not just find him guilty of culpable homicide, which on its own is punishable by death, but he was found guilty of spousal battery, that is battering his wife. He was found guilty of child cruelty, that is cruelty to his children, and criminal intimidation of both his spouse and the children. It's very, very sad, because now you have kids who do not have, who the father is alive, but he can't do anything for them because he is in the custody of the state, is in custody of security agents, and their mother is dead because somebody somewhere thought it was okay for him to beat up his wife for whatever reason. So let us make sure that we continue to speak out against incidences like this. There is something called femicide, and a lot of times we do not understand that is what we are seeing when women are actually battered or killed because they are seen as weaker. It's almost as if, oh, what can you do to me, right? I can beat you up and nothing will happen. And then sometimes one could say that families also help these abusers to go free, because when you go to your family as a woman to say, oh, my husband beat me up, and they tell you, well, you've left your father's house and you cannot come back. What do we call that? A father's house should always be a haven of, would I say, freedom, a place where a woman knows that she can always come back to no matter what is happening. So aren't we perpetuating this kind of evil when we tell women, oh, you cannot come back to your father's house no matter what it is, sort it out with your husband? There are certain cases that actually need couples to stay apart for a while so that they can sort out their issues, right? But when you keep telling women, oh, don't worry, go back to your husband as long as he has apologized to you, sometimes an apology does not solve injury. An apology will not return will not stop an injury that has already been done. If you break a plate and you tell sorry to that plate, would the plate now come back together and form together again? That's not what it's supposed to be. So let us teach our young boys that the best way to show masculinity is not by being a bully to your wife, to your sisters, to other people in school and all of that. That is not the best way of showing masculinity. Let us also tell women that it is okay to leave sometimes when they see that their lives are being threatened by the men that they have married. And it may not just be the man that one is married to. It could be anything or anyone at all. Please, if you can't get out of a situation where you are being bullied by anyone at all, please get out of it as soon as possible. Honestly, I do not think we have a lot of us are very happy with trending justice for this woman or justice for that woman all the time. So let us all come together as a society and condemn domestic violence, not only when it happens to someone that we know or someone that we like, but in its totality. There is no reason under the earth why a man should say he wants to discipline his wife. Their wife is supposed to be your partner and not a child. Anyway, that's it. We're not exactly talking about this today, but I wanted to bring you breaking news before the program begins. All right, so now let's talk about something else. Gunmen shoot dead 37 cattle in fresh attack in Plateau community. Gunmen have killed 37 cows in a fresh attack in Plateau community. This is also as the wife of a district head in Kaduna was abducted yesterday. We've seen incidences of security over and over again. I really thought that, oh, this week it will be different, but unfortunately this is what we actually have going on at this moment. So we'll continue to call on the federal government to make sure that they do what is necessary to phase out insecurity. Now, a lot of people have been saying, oh, when you attack these herdsmen, they will, or when they come to attack you and you defend yourself, they will know that you are enlightened not to defend yourself, and they will not come back again. But we've seen incidences where cattle are killed and then these herders go back to the villages and slaughter the people that they find. So is this really the best way to handle it? Representing the state chapter of the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Macban, Ibrahim Yusuf Babayo reported that the incident took place at about 1 p.m. The latest attack follows closely on the heels of a similar event in the Tanjore community, also within Riom local government area, where gunmen targeted herders, resulting in injuries to 2 herders and the deaths of 5 cattle. So are we seeing a situation whereby people are now being on the offensive rather than being on the defensive against these armed herdsmen, to say, okay, before you even get to us, if we see anybody that looks like a herdsman, we'll just kill him. We won't even wait to know if this person is one of them or part of them or acts like them. If this person just has a semblance to if this person looks like they might be a herdsman, you just kill the person. Aren't we descending into a state of anarchy if this is a disposition we have taken towards insecurity in this country? Okay, I know that a lot of people are saying, look, let us defend ourselves, but is this really the best way? Are we not going to see a situation whereby these people will go back, regroup, come back and actually do worse than they have done before? Okay, so we need to actually talk about this right here on Matters. This Matters Arising, so why not we talk about it? Earlier on, I also told you about the breaking news of Osinachi Nwachukwu's husband being found guilty of culpable homicide earlier today, right? You recall that she died about 2 years ago on April 8, 2022. That was one death that shook Nigeria, because a lot of people were saying, look, this woman, she comes out, she presents such a happy outlook, you would never know that she was going through something like this in her home and in her marriage. And so the earlier we continue to actually unlearn and relearn a lot of the things that we knew as young children, the better it will be for us. Again, I reiterate that no man has the right to say he wants to discipline his wife. That is your child, that's your wife, not your child or your student. You're supposed to be partners. No one is supposed to be greater than the other. Even though it's okay, this person is the head and that one is the neck, at the end of the day, these two elements need each other to be balanced out perfectly, isn't it? Yes, that's what it's supposed to be. So you can't come and say, oh, if my wife come back late from work, I will flog her or I'll lock her out of the house. That is abuse, whether you know it or not. And there are a lot of people who do that, a lot of people who support that to be done. Heck, sometimes you come on social media and you see a situation whereby a person was murdered for whatever reason, could be infidelity or others, and then you could have men in the comments trying to justify that act, saying, no, you don't know what the woman did to deserve that. If you feel that you are no longer on the same page with someone you're in a romantic relationship with, please walk away. Please walk away. Please walk away. It is better to walk away than to get into the police net because you could not control your emotions or whatever it is. And in this case, it's not just the case of not controlling one's emotion, because the woman's family came out to say, this is not the first time this man is doing this, he's always beating her. Unfortunately, you've beaten her now, it has resulted in death. You have deprived the world of a beautiful talent, deprived your children of their mother. I wouldn't say deprive yourself of a wife, because if you're beating your wife, you do not deserve one in the first place. But still, we need to actually change our mindset towards marriage as a people, whereby we see the husband and the wife as partners and not as one being greater than the other, or one submitting to the other in a way that makes the other one have more greater power over the other one. And then you now see situations whereby no, it's not supposed to be like that at all. I want to also look at the apology, or the, would I say, the honestly, I don't even know the best way to describe that apology, because it definitely was not an apology at all. It was not an apology. So when you look at that, would you say that, just like Mr. Chukwuma Okoro said on the World News at 12, that she was just trying to resurrect the topic, like she just wants people to start talking about her again? That we know that this matter cannot be solved on social media, right? The case is already in court, and the court has said you need to stop talking about this in the media. Don't grant any interviews, don't talk about this anymore. But she's come out to talk about it. Mr. Chukwuma Okoro said, look, she was only told not to grant interviews. She wasn't told not to talk about this at all in the media. So she hasn't done anything wrong, and she has not disobeyed a court order. But still, let's talk about this. Would you say she's just trying to resurrect a dead topic, or she's trying to remind the Nigerians that look at what is happening, Nigerians? Have we all forgotten about this? Let's talk about this. Let's keep talking about this, so that Akpabio does not go with all these things that I have accused him of. Also, Mr. Chukwuma Okoro seemed to think that there was no reason for Senate President Akpabio to be or to lead the delegation that went to the Vatican to actually attend the funeral of the late Pope Francis, right? So I want to know what you actually also think about that. What does it make any difference? Because when the president is not there, you'd expect the vice president to be the next in line, and if the vice president is not there, you'd expect that the president of the Senate would be the next in line. So what exactly is wrong with Senate President Godswill Akpabio leading the delegation to the Vatican? What exactly is wrong with that? Or with all these allegations against him, one could say that, the Senate is moving as if they are not exactly looking at it to solve the issue. But then this case is in court. Let us not forget that this case is in court. No matter how we talk about it, remember that this case is in court, and it is left for the court to decide what happens afterwards. Okay? The number to call to be a part of this conversation is 0803 692 9933, 0803 692 9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. You can also leave a comment on YouTube, VOP 903 FM, VOP 903 FM on YouTube. All right. You do know that Governor Sanwo-olu, took a hit at 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, saying you should not be demarketing Nigeria. Now, some people have the opinion that, this person was just saying what happened. This person was just talking about, what happened to them, or what's happening in the country, and is not trying to demarcate the country. If the country were good, he would say that the country is good. But then, if we stop talking about what we perceive to be the negative aspects of our country, and we only talk about the positives, wouldn't we be ignoring what is truly happening? Because the poor wants you to raise the alarm and let it be known that, look, we are poor, and we can no longer afford the things that we used to afford. Also, the World Bank and the IMF have predicted that Nigeria will continue to see an upsurge of even poorer people as the days go by. Is this the kind of forecast that we want for ourselves in this country? Right? 2027 is around the corner. Some people see it as an opportunity to do what could not be done in 2023. Anyway, let's talk about all of these situations right here on Matters this afternoon. You can send a message on WhatsApp 0817 175 6338, 0817 175 6338 on WhatsApp. Okay, so what you can do is send a message, or you actually call on WhatsApp. If you call me on WhatsApp, I'll take your call. You can also call me via the direct line 0803 692 0803 692 That's the number you can call directly to be a part of these conversations. So let's talk about all of this. It's very important that we have these conversations. Like I said, these are the matters arising, and of course, this is Matters and Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. Hello, are you there? Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon. All right, give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. You can also call me on WhatsApp, okay? 0817-175-6338. Either call me on WhatsApp or send a message. I have a comment on YouTube from Anthony Okeke who says, Sanwo-olu, leave Peter Obi alone and face what is facing you. Well, if the opposition hits at an opposition figure, leave him alone. Would you say Peter Obi should leave this administration alone? Is he doing too much? Is he saying too much? Right? If you are saying that Governor Sanwo-olu should leave Peter Obi alone, would you also say Peter Obi should leave this current administration alone to focus on governance and stop calling them out at every turn and stop going to global events and conferences and holding press conferences talking about how democracy is not thriving in Nigeria or how the current administration is not doing well, right? So when you want to say Sanwo-olu leave Peter Obi alone, he's not the only one who is hitting out at Peter Obi. It just always seems like, oh, this is one person that every opposition figure likes to hit at because he seems to just be a soft target or something, but that is not the case. This is politics, and in politics there is always an opposition who will always fight to make sure that their voice is loudest. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon. What's your name and location, please? Hello? Hello, are you there? All right, 0803 692 9933 0803 692 9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. All right here on Matters and Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It's 23 minutes past 2 p.m. on the number one station that gives you a voice. Call me up. I definitely want to hear from you. This is Matters and Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Hello? Hello, are you there? Can you hear me? Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon. Hello, are you there? All right, give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. This is Matters and Voice of the People 90.3 FM. You can send a message on WhatsApp 0817-175-6338 0817-175-6338. Hello. Good afternoon. How you doing? Turn down the volume of your radio set.
Yeah, good afternoon.
How you doing?
Yeah, fine. Chairman, concerning the cattle they kill. You can't kill cattle, you be asleep. Are you getting me?
Okay.
You cannot kill cattle and go asleep, since they use it as their own human being. You stand with them any time. Because if you don't have anything to help yourself, you have whatever you have. You get whatever you have to help yourself. You know that we are facing war. So that's how it is. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you for your call. Okay. So you're trying to say that those who kill the cattle should still be on the defensive, right? It's not like they'll kill the cattle and then say, oh, we've done our bits. These people will no longer try us. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon. What's your name and location, please? Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
What's your name and location,
Chioma Innocent. My name is Peter Usifo. I'm calling from Abanajani, Kotum.
Welcome to the conversation. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, thank you. Concerning Peter Obi and Sanwo-olu, I think we should leave the messenger and think of the message which Sanwo-olu gave. I'm not interested in Sanwo-olu as it were, but I'm interested in the statement he made against Peter Obi. Yes, when Peter Obi was the governor of Anambra State, it should be noted that he was impeached as a governor by the then House Assembly of Anambra State. And that means he did not do well by so doing. He renovated many schools and hospitals, but we are clear that he did not build any hospital that we say, oh, this is the hospital that Peter Obi built or the school that Peter Obi built on his own. So, to a very large extent, Sanwo-olu may be right. So P2B should stop heating up the politics. We should relax 2039.
What is your definition of heating up the polity?
Yes, you should not go abroad and then talk about against the government in power. You should only give an advice, not saying that the government in power has not done anything, that is impoverishing the citizens. That is the problem. It's always hitting up the polity. It's not, opposing the government as it should be. You should be able to criticize the government and bring good reasons. You understand?
Okay.
So that is just that. So for the man,
who is one opposition politician right now who you say to in your own assessment is playing the job of an opposition very well, not hitting up the polity and not castigating this current administration?
It's a very good question you just asked. Somebody like Atiku, take him as a case study of the opposition party. You understand? He's always criticizing the government. But you find that when he criticizes the government, he doesn't hit up the politics. He doesn't make APC publicity secretary to go against him, or any other person for that matter to go against him. You understand? So you know how to, criticize somebody and bring your own solutions. You understand? So people seems to be irritating the people, especially the people in government, when he criticizes them. So that is just the reason why I'm telling you this. And when he was in Anambra State, for God's sake, pinpoint the things he has done. Nothing as it were. So people are just saying because he's humble and they see him as somebody who's prudent. But if he's given the power, will he be prudent enough? I prefer Professor Charles Oludo to P2B. My own. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your call.
Yeah.
I do appreciate it. This is Matters and Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Send your messages on WhatsApp 0817-175-6338. Good afternoon, VOP. If Nigeria is good, Obi will be one of the patriotic Nigerians that will sing the praise of Nigeria to high heavens. Our leader should fix the country and criticism will disappear. Larry, where are you writing from? Hello?
Yeah, hi, Charlie.
How are you doing? Good afternoon. What's your name and location, please?
It's your hand from Mr.
Welcome to the conversation. Please go ahead.
Please leave Mr. Peter Otipo or whatever it is, his name alone. The issue of Anambra and Peter Obi is left for Anambrans to judge, not one man in Lagos to be calling because he's being recharged by some politicians to criticize someone who is doing his job as an opposition.
Just give your own opinion, okay?
What I want to say is, what I want to emphasize is discuss on is the issue of the Fulani, that their cows are being killed and all of that. See, Fulanis are not that powerful. It is the government that makes them to be. My elder brother was a warrior. I'm from Benue. My elder brother was a warrior. He was someone that would go into the battlefield with this group of Fulani with no gun and comes back with a lot of ammunition. We witnessed it in our village then. They were not that powerful. He was arrested. My elder brother was arrested and they locked him up for like 1 week. Then they poisoned him. He came out after 3 days. He died. It was after his death that Fulani started having so much access into our communities. These people are being backed up by the government, and they do a lot of
backed
things.
Up or being ignored, because certain people have been saying, "Oh, the government is not doing enough to curb the menace."
Okay, look at.
But saying they are being
like
backed
2 days
up
ago,
is a different thing.
Like 2 days ago, the Benue State governor came up and he was like, "Why are they politicizing the killings in Benue?" But do you know that as of yesterday, a friend of mine, whom is the manager of the company, they were murdered in Akpehe yesterday night by Fulani government. Imagine they came into
for people like you, is more than just news. It's something that you're seeing that is happening.
It's something that I've seen and witnessed and experienced. Growing up, this war within Fulani was just like a play. It comes up almost every 2-3 weeks. We're used to it already. We never consider them as people who have what it takes to even do anything. Until government, started having this way of making them look like they are imperials and they are super people that shouldn't be touched.
So your people in those areas that have been affected, have they taken any steps to maybe protect themselves, apart from when you said your brother was alive or around? Right now, what are your people doing to protect themselves, especially
like
with
now,
what the DSS Director General said?
Like now, no one can really settle in the village, but no Fulani can also operate there. That is what is there now. No one will settle there, and no Fulani can also be seen there. You can't take your cow within our village; you'll be killed. So they also have a way of coming to attack us if we also settle, and they also cannot operate there.
Thank you so much.
So like yesterday. Awesome.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. 080 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. Chimobi Emmanuel from Ileku says, at the mention of the name of His Excellency Obi, Tinubu and APC trembles and start preparing fake and urgent attack with their street dogs. Take it easy. Please don't be insulting. Ose Morale, thank you so much for your message. I do appreciate you. Good afternoon, Chioma. Don't mind the Sifo is just carried away. KK Gold from Mafoluko Oshodi. Good afternoon, Chioma. I'm Ikenna Nelson. Okay, thank you for your opinion. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Please turn down the volume of your radio set.
Okay,
Please turn down the volume of your radio set. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Gary from Mafoluko.
Okay, thank you for calling.
Concerning the investment, I passed a junction yesterday around 7:30. The airport road go there. About 10 cows on that middle of the road. I see here on Lagos. So what are we saying? Let me I see concerning the investment. As the other person explained now that government data. I see showing that if you attack the herdsmen and the cow, the federal government will come and carry it. That means the government, they are depopulating the people indirectly. That is what we don't understand. They have this issue. That is what we understand. Then, hello?
I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay. Then, anything, there's a time I talk on this here. But look at Mr. Name, so people. It's one of the persons APC using also very well. And anything you tell you from the federal government is what is true, the way I see it. Syria is attacking, is supporting the world of animals.
Come again?
We are not mentioning the person. I said for Peter. He always attack and support the federal government than any other president.
That's his opinion now. If he's a supporter of this administration, that's okay.
There's one time they tell you whether Darlington or Silaka, they say that that man is very the way people to see for phone where they on the guest, you will not see there. Although people are doing our work. Thank you.
Thank you for your call. I appreciate you. Okay, please, I would like to implore us to. You may not like what somebody is saying. Okay, you may not be happy with their train of thought, with their point of view, with their line of reasoning, but let them be. Okay, let them say what they are saying. Let them have the opinions that they have. If you have a superior argument, you can present it and try to convince that person to reason with you. Okay, but castigating and vilifying someone for their opinion is not allowed, please. Hello.
Good afternoon, ma.
How are you doing? Good afternoon.
I'm fine. Is it VOP?
Yes, this is VOP. What's your name and location, please?
I'm JSIK, calling from Songota.
Thank you for your call.
Thank you. God bless you. I want to say that this government is the worst government so far. The reason why I say this Benue killing, just like the caller before this caller, the government hand is inside this killing. They always support this plan. And from Benue State that I was talking to you. But now, I appreciate the chairman of Agat local government. I know what is going on there now. As they give them that 24 hour now, you will see. you hear the pocket of killing from another part of Benue State because Agapu people now, they have known the system, they have equipped themselves, and the kind network, the security network, the youth organized now. Planning, I will give them that is 48 hours. You will see, because the plan is their mind. Let me tell you, their plan is they want to start from Agatu because they say Agatu is the powerhouse of Idoma. Because they say if they deal with Agatu, then the other people just to take them once. So what I was trying to say is that this government cannot do anything. They cannot help anybody. I always tell my people, let them get up, let them fight for themselves, and they can do it. You hear, as they give them this 48 hours, just listen, and you hear. But the thing that pains me, if they kill one Fulani or cow, you see how government will start. They say, apprehend them, do this. Look at the thing that happened to our Rumi. Now the king, they will say, they were in it. He just come back now, sit down for Abuja, call people that they say you will summon the security chief. I tell you, this is the worst government so far in the history of Nigeria.
Thank you for your call.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you for your call. 0803 692 9933. 0803 692 9933. Nobleman on YouTube is saying Sanwo-olu just wants to be relevant in the face of Tinubu because there is a rift between them already. Hello? Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
Good afternoon, Chima. How are you?
Good afternoon. Was good.
Okay. See, Chima, let me just go straight to the whole thing. Peter Obi is a bona fide citizen of this nation. So,
hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Yes,
I can hear you.
I can hear you now. Go ahead,
Peter Obi is a bona fide citizen of this nation. He has every right. He has every right to say whatever he needs to say. And so for Peter Osifo, this depends to say whatever he wants to on all platforms, radio platforms. As soon as he hears Peter Obi, he's going haywire. So Peter Obi has the right to say what he needs to say anywhere, any part of the world. What is befalling us or bedeviling us right now and years ahead to come, then why didn't they face IMF? Why didn't they face IMF? That's what when Peter Obi, why didn't he go to go and accuse them there that they are against it?
Thank you so much for your call. It keeps glitching. 0803-692-9933. Quinn Kingsley on YouTube says, who is Sanwo-olu to talk to? Obi, we all know Sanwo-olu is a houseboy, kick and start governor. That's the governor of Lagos State. Please don't be insulting. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
How are you doing? Good afternoon.
I'm fine. I'm Obioma calling from Ilase Solo.
Thank you for calling, Obioma. Please go ahead.
All right. I want to talk about the issue of our governor Sanwo-olu to Peter Obi. His Excellency Peter Obi has the right when he sees something, he says something, and that is his own opinion to the Nigerians. So in the area of saying that he should mind his speech wherever he goes, I don't think that Governor Sanwo-olu has this vision of Nigeria in her. So that one is one. And the other of the court giving judgment to Osinachi's husband. Well, maybe at the end of the day, the family will have justice. So, well, I wish him well. Thank you very much. That's what I want to say.
Thank you so much for your call. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. Good day, my sister. Any day the government wants the insurgency to stop, it will. We should use our tongue to counter our teeth. Shei Cots from Itire. Good afternoon, Sister Chioma. I'm Chiemezim from Ijeshatedo. Osifo made mention of we as a people leaving the messenger and focusing on the message regarding the words of Governor Sanwo-olu. Can Osifo leave the messenger and focus on the message Obi delivered? Same Osifo said Obi should leave this current administration alone and wait until 2039 if he's still alive. Osifo should also leave Obi alone and wait until 2027. Thank you. Chama, this is Dele from Ilukweju. Is it true that Obi didn't build a single hospital or school throughout his 8-year tenure? Haba, I'm shocked. And I renounce my obedient movement. No care for Anambra masses. Hello?
Hello?
How you doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Olaimola from the guy.
Thank you for calling. Go ahead, please.
I want to give you the report concerning the Benue State.
Okay.
Insecurity in Benue State. As the indigenous of Benue State, because my mom from Ugoja had the word, I have mentioned it on the air today. If any Idoma man, let him come and confronted me, because I know how to speak the language. That is where I do my secondary school and primary school. And I school in Bempoli. I am the product of Bempoli. And I can say it anywhere. Ugoja had the word. Ask them, the insecurity that are coming down there is the people they are accepting from Agatu and Apa local government that is bringing in to local government. These are the people that are showing the plan how to move around the land in the local government. And those people now, in Ugoja, my elder brother's son was run away from Benue down to Lagos 2 weeks ago because there is a one Agatu man that is living in Ugoja at precisely. He killed a Fulani man, and the young people within the village buried there, and all the youth run away. This is not the issue. If a visitor come to your land, if you are not accepting the gift from them, if you are not accepting them to stay with you, how did they going to stay with you? But because you welcome them and you give them the way to go around your land, that is why the insecurity in the land look like. When I grew up in Benue State, nothing like insecurity. I've never run away from the plan. How did we are running away from the party? Because we are accommodating people. In the whole normal land, I am saying it today. Listen to me, you can go and do your verification. The whole local government, the central mosque is not even up to 1 block. Because we are accommodating those people and they begin to enlarge that mosque today, and that mosque become more than bigger than 1 plot. This is what we are talking about. When you are beginning to accept around those Agatu people, to a local government, to Adoka, that is where insecurity comes to local government. Agatu people is the one that are accommodating Fulani people. If you go to Idoma land today, this is what I want to tell you. The whole Idoma land is only Agatu people, be Agatu, be Abubakar, be Suleiman, be Abdulai, be DC. No any Idoma man be Abubakar, no any Idoma man be Suleiman, no any Idoma man be anything. It's only Agatu people. And these are the people that are bringing the criminality to Idoma land. And somebody is telling me that because Agatu people have a powerhouse, if they destroy, who brings you fire to Idoma land if you know the Agatu? Don't let them come and confuse us. If it's that person, if I know that person, I'll challenge you. Let me come and meet where I am.
Thank you for your call. Thank you so much for your call. 16 minutes before 3 p.m. on the number one station that gives you a voice. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Call me up. Hello? Hello? Hello, welcome to Matters. Good afternoon.
Hello, Choma. How are you doing now?
I'm very well, thank you. What's your name and location, please? Good.
Yeah, it's Ogadio from Barega.
Welcome to the conversation. Thank you for calling.
Yes, Choma, I want to ask questions. I still want to ask this question. Mr. President formed Ministry of Livestock. And with the hope, when we had the news of this formation, we thought maybe that's an idea to bring in cattle ranching. So, what actually happened? What is the reason of forming the Ministry of Livestock in Nigeria? What is the meaning? We don't understand this APC government at all. Why? Form the ranches everywhere. We have land in the north, we have in the south. Form branches. Make meetings with the states in the south. Beg for land. Form branches. Before they will kill everybody in Nigeria. They said that is too much. Their problem is too much. And nobody's saying anything. Okay, let us all of us go and carry AK-47 and defend ourselves. The problem is too much for Nigeria. And the leader is not saying anything. Mr. President is not doing anything about it. Caution them, please. Who gave them the AK-47 they're carrying all about? Who gave them that AK-47? It's terrible. When we see bad things, we are pampering it as if we don't know what we are doing, pampering it. Now what for Nigeria?
Thank you for your call. I do appreciate it. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. Call me up. Hello?
Hello?
How you doing? Good afternoon.
Fine. Chama, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and location, please?
Ben from Neighbor.
Welcome, Ben.
Thank you so much. Chama, the area people performed excellently well was in the area of education. In the area of education, people did build school, up to 5th school, numbering up to 1,000 in Anambra State. Do you know what people used to do when he was governor in Anambra State? Any school he enter, he will pursue his teachers, headmaster, principal, all of them, and he will hold meeting with only students. They will tell people what they need. That same week, the work will start that same week. As Peter B is living there, and Peter B gave his phone number to the whole senior prefect when he was governor. Over 1,000 schools, he get them his phone number, say, call me anytime. Anything you want, tell me. Anything you see, tell me. When Peter B was governor in Anambra State, Anambra was number 1 in WAEC. Anambra was number 1 in JAM. On the top, in medical, Peter B built General Hospital. In the whole local government in Anambra State, he built general hospitals. Peter B the highest schools in Anambra was extra excellent. Nursing school, everything you want was there. Nothing like corruption in Anambra. He built road infrastructures. When Peter B left office, he left with $50 million in one account, $50 million in another account. But he are not inherited it.
Thank you for your
call. Peter B left Anambra State. He did not collect 10 kobo. They gave him land in Abuja. He rejected that land. If you up to today, he rejected that land. 10 kobo he have not collected. Peter B have never gone overseas for medical treatment. It is in Onitsha. One hospital in Onitsha that they treat Peter B. Other people come from other states, Anambra State, to treat themselves. This one not go to one private, Peter B fixed the whole general hospital. We thought to detect modern technology. The same thing he did in school. Everybody, that's why they are worshiping Peter B. Evans, the kidnapper, said that it was because of Peter B he ran to Lagos. He fixed security in Anambra. Anambra was very rough. Hoodlums destroyed Anambra during the time of Nkige. Hoodlums, Chris Oba hired them. Chris Oba hired them. They destroyed Anambra. Set everything in place. They fixed everything.
Thank you for your call, Joe. I appreciate you. Keep listening to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Unfortunately, I can't take any more calls, but I'll take your messages. Dele from Ilukweju. Okay, I've taken your message already. Let's set the record straight. Obi was impeached by the Anambra State Assembly, but he appealed it and went to court. He won the case and returned as governor. Thanks. This is from Phillips. Good afternoon. In functioning claims, Akpabio should have stepped down. Unfortunately, he's just taking advantage of the system. Of what value is this Vatican city visit to Nigeria? Don't tell me they went to represent the Christian, because CAN is furthermore the Catholic organization is also there. Meanwhile, over 200 people that was killed in Plateau is still unacknowledged, though. What a country. Ikemba from Mafoluku Oshodi. Good afternoon, Chioma. Okay, wait. I can't really see this message. I never knew Lagos State still has a governor until Sanwo-olu came out to criticize Obi. Do you know non-state actors are taking over Lagos? Loud thugs, cultism, criminality. I see them as junior bandits. They levy citizen going about genuine hustles on site. You carry your property from point A to point B. You pay. Pure Oka, nail cutter, shoe shiner, wheelbarrow pushers, load carrier, transporters. They're about to levy bicycle riders. Soon people will be levied on walking on the streets. You should focus on governance and leave Obi alone. Ezekiel from Ejigbo. John from Ijaniki says, remind Peter Sifo that article named Tinubu T-Pain and sometime called Tinubu a WhatsApp president. Obi is the right thing. Sanwo-olu can talk. He cannot talk to Obasa about the crisis in the State House of Rep. Figo from Festa. Good afternoon, Chama. Solomon Asika from Mushi. I have superior argument over Osifo. They should also attack IMF, World Bank and other international bodies that always say something about our economy. Not only when Obi says something, then you will see who let the dogs out. They start backing Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. What will these Peter Obi do for these people? If he's quiet, they will complain that he's weak and not playing the opposition role. Now he's playing the opposition role. Some people like Sanwo-olu are criticizing him. Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Medisolo Sani Okosun, Reston. Comrade Godfrey from Surulere. Like Dele Farotimi said, you can't bribe your way into power and expect development. It can't happen. The government is like a student who didn't read for exams. When exam came, he borrowed someone to sit for him. After he passed, when he come to defend the certificate through interview, he selects someone to come and stand for him. This is what the president did in Chatham House. Good afternoon, Chairman. The court has sentenced the man to death. Stop picking Mr. Osifo's call. Anapol from Coca. Good afternoon, Chairman. I'm Chukuma from Ilasamaja. Why is it that our president has suspended our constitution and is not ruling by it? Look at all the people defecting from PDP to APC. Is the law not against it? The law said that they lose their seat. Why is it that they don't appear the constitutional law? Our president swore to defend our constitution. Why is he not doing that? Abego. To the man who killed his wife, good for him. The judgment also crime goes both ways. Teach females not to engage in violence and abuse. Be reminded that several cases of abuse, torture, and gruesome murder of children by women is being reported in the news. I've always mentioned that Natasha is only acting out a script like a skit maker, and no sane mind should take her serious because she's not different from other politicians playing politics using naive citizens to amplify her charade. Since the matter went cold, she wants to resurrect the dead matter so people can talk about her again and ignore the killings going on in the country. You see how selfish and irresponsible politicians can be. As for Sanwo-olu, so he can also open his mouth. Obi became the plaything of everyone to play with. If he was Dati Baba Ahmed, none of them will cough because the fear of the north is the beginning of political wisdom. As for Benue, who killed the cattle, are they carrying AK-47? If you kill the cow and let the terrorists escape, are you not postponing chaos? That is from TIY. Please advise those who insult Sanwo-olu by calling him names. So our formal education is very important. Next election will be for Lagosian by Lagosians. Enough of insulting Yorubas. We are gentle like doves but clever like snakes with poisonous bite. Dele from Ilukweju. Dele, please do not come and peddle tribalism here. You always find us shutting down anyone who tries to be abusive or insulting. Alright? And please don't spew tribalism here. Thank you. I'd like to respectfully remind your callers to maintain a level of decorum when discussing public figures. Regarding Babajide Sanwo-olu's actions might be driven by desire for relevance. Given the dynamics between him and President Tinubu, it is essential to consider the context and nuances involved. On security matters, the current administration faces challenges, and the president's bid for a second term raises questions about accountability and progress in addressing these issues. We should have focus on constructive dialogue and respectful discussion on it. So Gumbi from Idimo. I'm Emmanuel from Yaba. I just want to give my own opinion. Atiku Abubakar, who is he in the midst of the poor? Atiku Abubakar had nothing to say in this Tinubu administration. To me, I think he's playing games. He has something on his mind, and what is that on his mind is let me win this president first, then I will know what to do. Nigerians are facing a lot of challenges, killings, price of things in the market, headsmen. On my own opinion, Obi has people, especially Nigerian people, at heart. A lot of people that don't have woman's feeling when it comes in time of need. If I'm to cast my vote to anyone in this country again, Tinubu and Atiku will not have my vote. Good afternoon, Chama. Osifo, stop picking his calls. All right, thank you so much for your message. And please, you need to just, would I say, focus on your own opinions, right? Whatever anybody says is right in their own ears. People have, whether we like it or not, the variety is the spice of life. Everybody cannot think like you. If everybody thinks like you, it can be very, very boring. If everybody acts like you, if everybody looks like you in the world, it will be very, very spooky. So let's allow people to have their own opinions. As much as we are voice of the people, we are not the voice of a few people, we are the voice of everybody. Okay? So it's not about the person has to say what the majority wants them to say. No, that is not the case. Also, I agree with the person who wrote a message saying we should maintain some level of decorum when discussing public figures. As much as I understand your displeasure with our current leaders, it is not okay to actually call names and be insulting. If you're having an argument with someone and you start being insulting, they won't listen to you anymore. You can always pass your point across without being aggressive, without using insult or abusive words. So please, let's take note of that. On that note, we come to the end of today's edition of Matters. We'll do this again, same time, same station tomorrow. My name is Chioma Innocent. Remember to keep doing the little that you can to make Nigeria better in your own little corner of the world. Help someone today, all right? And beware of people who want to take advantage of you. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Fun House Time with MC Chooks and Dr. Walkie Talkie will come up shortly. Have an amazing day.